Brandon Wyatt, attorney at law, veteran, MCBA board secretary, and I run a business accelerator called Entrevation. I've heard great things about Greenbox. It just happens that one of the top capital investment companies, yourself, myself, are here today, and we're both black men, obviously. Kind of works out that way. But you're in one of the toughest markets in the world. Let's talk about what it means to be successful here. What is a measure of success? What is success to you?
Right. I think that's relative, but before I say that, I want to thank you for even putting this together, because I wouldn't even be here in this room without you putting the work forward to try to shed light on people of color trying to enter the space.
Right.
So I definitely appreciate all the hard work you putting forward, and to see other black people directly benefiting from what you're doing is powerful. But success for me, I feel like is responsibility, right? So it's not really about like top line revenue or anything like that for us, or consumer intake. We really want to position ourselves to where we're a bridge for other black people, right? Because I grew up in the deep south, right?
Okay.
So
what part?
I was born in Alabama. I lived all over.
What part of Alabama?
Anderson.
Anderson.
It's like an hour north of Birmingham.
Everything is an hour north of Birmingham.
Exactly. I've seen firsthand through family, friends, and people whose lives have been ruined by cannabis, So for it to become like this new hot industry asset, I just felt the responsibility to be able to insert ourselves realistically.
Right.
So that's what success is for me. It's just to put ourselves in a position where we're creating jobs, creating opportunity, and creating some type of generational trajectory within the planet, because it's only going to grow. It's going to expand to more states, more countries, more markets, and we need to see at the table.
It's kind of like an oxymoron, right? It's only going to grow. We're talking about a plant, it's only going to grow. But I mean, it seems like, no pun intended, but it needs a lot of stuff. We need light, we need water. And it has clarified my thought. I mean, to take any form and shape. And I guess it's one of the big things that we wanted to avoid, and kind of talk about how to not put folks into a position where they couldn't find a comfort level. And so how have you found the market in terms of you finding help? If that help be it an investor, if that help be it for a network, or if the help be capital. And I'll preface that a little bit better. My company, Entrevation, entrepreneurship, innovation. So two things: entrepreneur, innovate. Taking the power of imagination and taking the power of what it means to be an entrepreneur, and identifying some simple breakdown terms like knowledge, network, capital. That's from one of my guys. His name is Fred Deeks. He's amazing. He's an investor and runs a $200 million company for Center for Medicaid service. Good stuff. He's selling that so he can help people in cannabis. So he's looking to invest stuff. And he's, guess where, from Atmore, Alabama. You know where that's at?
Atmore, it's a minute from me, I know where it is. That's the middle of nowhere.
That's the middle of nowhere.
Even more in the middle of nowhere than I am.
So you guys are from the same state. Right. I'm going to make sure you touch and connect, because one of our things, like I said, in Entrevation is network, knowledge, and capital. If someone has two, we can definitely bring one.
Right.
But how have you found it in the industry to get either network, knowledge, or capital?
I would say the two easiest have been network and knowledge, just because a lot of that is a byproduct of your own ingenuity or hard work. Like if you make your mind up right now, in the age of just having so much access to info, if you made your mind up right now to learn Portuguese, you could probably learn it in 2 months.
Wow.
Which wasn't realistic 20 years ago. You can download an app, you can go on Amazon or YouTube and watch a bunch of stuff in Portuguese, subtitles. You can learn all of this stuff and really put yourself in a position to learn something entirely new based off of how dedicated you are to it. So I would say that's been the easiest, just really making my mind up to really be serious in this, As far as network, I think cannabis is growing. A lot of people are making a lot of money off of it. So people are a little bit more open to networking than, say, when I came from the music industry, where it's a mature industry. The big people have their money already. So if you're trying to really get in, people aren't really trying to let you in.
Music industry, what part of music?
So I started off about 10 years ago. I opened my own recording studio. It was in Anderson, but it was in the hood, so it kept me, people kept breaking me.
Oh man!
Blah blah blah. Fast forward, I ended up starting like an indie record label. We ended up doing a deal with Universal Music. We put out a couple of projects, and they hired me on after that to run some projects for them. And then I ended up going back to Atlanta to work for Street Execs. So they're a management agency. They manage like 2 Chainz, Young Dog, Travis Porter, people like that.
Right.
So they were a management entity, in Atlanta, and I did marketing for them.
Okay.
And then I had my own PR agency also, where I just did independent freelance work. So just really cutting my teeth and just working for every dollar I got. You know, there's no generated or continuous wealth in music unless you really make it.
I mean, that's crazy.
Level.
So you got, I mean, I talk about this all the time. My guy Nipsey Hussle.
Right.
Let's talk about Nipsey. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Nipsey. We will never forget this. The marathon continues. In college, I was a decathlete. It's crazy because before college, I was in the Army, jumping out of planes, doing crazy stuff. Perfectly good plane, I'm jumping out of it. What's the point, right? Why would you ever start a business in the hood, right? Why would you ever start where you wanted to stand? But then you realize you got all this experience. Mm-hmm. And that makes your profile a lot different than the typical business owner because, of course, we're blessed in that way. Mm-hmm. But you seem to have really had another bit of edge to you to kind of want to push forward. Where did that come from?
I would say just generally wanting to do better for myself and my family. Like I'm the youngest kid. I'm the only boy, so I was raised by women. So I always just, as a kid, as a little boy, you grew up and be like, man, I'm gonna take care of everything. And that's always just kind of been my goal, is just to really be a strong male influence to anybody going around. And in reality, you can't really be a strong male influence if you're broke.
Right.
You know, as strong as you want to be. You know, so that just kind of
broke is interesting because that's a mental faculty. That doesn't have anything to do with capital. Broke really means more a mental space. Am I wrong?
Yeah, but you can be broke financially. Well,
I mean, you can not have any money, right? You can not have any capital,
right? You can be broke, and then you can be broke in, like,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, broke is the sense of, you know, you may not have everything you need, but you're still figuring it out. Broke is when you just give up, right? So, it's varying levels too. But yeah, not having money never, you know, subdued me or anything like that. But I definitely knew it was instrumental in me wanting to advance myself and my community. But to your point about Nipsey, one of the most inspirational moments I would probably say was around 2012 when he dropped the Crenshaw mixtape.
Crenshaw 2012. Oh my goodness.
And just like his rollout.
No Days Off.
Right. No Days Off. You know, Face the World, Blessings.
Face the World, Blessings. Top Hat.
Right. Summertime in that cut.
Summertime in that cut. I think we got to cut the film. All right. Tell people where they can find you, how they can connect with your product or your companies, please.
On Instagram, you can follow Greenbox at Greenbox NYC. I'm on LinkedIn, Andrew Ferrier. So Instagram, Andrew Ferrier. Just anything. I feel like my responsibility right now is just to create a lot of content for people like us who are really serious about how to enter the space and don't really have a direct path. So I just want to be some type of assistance to that. You know, be it large or small, it don't matter.
Well, I think you're more than that, bro. It's an honor.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
It's a pleasure, bro. It's a pleasure, bro.
Marathon continues. Let's work.